What's the trashiest wedding you've been to? 1. Really old friend of my wife's. She hadn't seen her in years but was invited to her wedding. The guy this chick was marrying was absolute. I studied the blade levels of cringe. He was shirtless, wore black jeans, and his arms were covered in barbed wire tattoos and quotes that you'd find on those idiotic badass skeleton memes, where they point guns at you and claim they'll fuck you up if you hurt anyone I care about. Kinda shit. It was quickly apparent my wife and I were the only ones in attendance that didn't live in a trailer park and practice normal human hygiene. They were roasting what I thought was a suckling pig on a spit, but as it cooked, I noticed poop bubbling out of its butt and its stomach was swelling. I asked his best man if this was a properly slaughtered pig, and the best man proceeded to regale me with the tale of how he and the groom got shit-faced the night before, climbed into a nearby farm and stole this pig. They shot it in the head and impaled it with a long piece of rebar, which upon closer inspection was what it was turning on. Just so happens while we were discussing the groom's recent crime, the pig's stomach exploded. Blood, shit and guts poured out in enough quantities to put out the fire. Wife and I had already given each other the "yeah, time for us to GT foe" look before this. But yeah, needless to say we beelined for the car and left. We later found out the cops showed up and arrested the groom and his best man. Once the farmer they stole from realized one of his prized pigs was missing. The groom tried to fight the cops and got tased. He made it easy for them by already being shirtless. Yep, that was pretty trashy. 2. Camo print wedding dress that was borderline see-through. Walked down the aisle to the Scooby-Doo theme. No, nobody knows why they chose that song, including the couple themselves. They divorced a few months later after they both stopped cleaning the house in an act of defiance against one another. 3. My own. In a Mississippi judge's office with a bag of Cheetos on her desk. She wiped her hands on a napkin, grabbed a Bible and did her thing with orange crumbs on her lips. Her work heels were not on because she was in her office. It was extremely rushed. I understand that she was on her break but we didn't mind waiting, not sure why they rushed us through that. 4. There were no tables and chairs, like none. They had an open bar but no fucking chairs. Everyone had to put their drink on the ground and hold their plate to eat. It was fucking crazy. Everyone just assumed that some sort of terrible thing happened where the tables and chair people didn't bring them, but afterwards I asked the bride what happened and she just said, "Oh, we would have had to pay extra for that."